Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Big Kenny Clark that time, pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Meanwhile, Dak's throw here pulled in by Hilton. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. A lot of storylines in this matchup. The Packers have had the upper hand. They've won 5 of the last 6 meetings. You think about the Dez Bryant game in the playoffs and the catch, no catch controversy. But, of course, the news here, the return of Mike McCarthy. He was the coach here from 2006 to 2018. Only Curly Lambeau himself has more wins as a Packer coach than McCarthy. And that includes Vince Lombardi. So he had quite an accomplished tenure, no doubt, including the Super Bowl win. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down movement.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Prescott off play action. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and it'll be 4th down. The kick by Marr is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively at 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne
and Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A 1st down carry by Elliott. Room here to run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big pickup of 38. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, Prescott. Out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Nothing formed yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The Packers at 7-2 here on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. Up the middle, Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Second and 6 from the 10. Run of the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
They did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Marr able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
The offense schemed, going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play.
He's got a man, complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 2nd and a couple, Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Maher is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he'll be out of bounds at midfield, so a solid return to the 50. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he's got Rome. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 25-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Rodgers now on first down. This is caught. Touchdown. Aaron Jones from 13 yards out. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Rodgers will throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So they do get it. And the 2 points. Now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. And that almost almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the two.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the two-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their two-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, old momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Going to take a shot for Gallup. He's got a man, complete. A big play here for Dallas. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A handoff left, Elliott. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 105 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go to Elliott again. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Gallup getting it on the jet sweep, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
10th carry now for Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So a big one coming now for Brett Maher. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Maher is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, some field goals are bigger than others, and that one makes this a 2-score game.
And with the way their defense has played all game long, that's kind of a love letter to them because that might very well be all the points they need.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. In a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan from 13 yards out. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets it back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Running right, Jones. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So a fourth quarter pick six here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick six, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the and his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's Elliott. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
First down, Cowboys.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and
8. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 147 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Pollard going to try the right side. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Solid effort by Jair Alexander.